As I stood in the children's clothing aisle of that popular brand supermarket, I felt all of a sudden the all too familiar tug. The jumper in front of me was so cute. Mustard and navy, adorable design. From the boys section, obviously, because dinosaurs are more fun. The tug, though, came from the list which had started rolling in my mind of all the reasons I knew I should really stick to my commitment not to shop here. From my questions about what my more ethically minded friends would think, through to our monthly budget and whether I really needed to buy another jumper, the list came to a hard stop, where it always does at the moment, with the picture that first crossed my mind about 2 years ago, around the time that we had our daughter. A picture of tiny, unsafe, weary hands appliquing the design into a jumper that I would later pull over my own small daughter's head. And I put the jumper back. Was it love that compelled me to do that? Or was it hatred? Was it love for that child I imagined who I've never met? Or was it hatred and disgust and repulsion at the robbery of her life, at the wrongdoing that has her in its grip? Isaiah 61 says of God that he hates robbery and wrongdoing. I find this a really powerful pause in the Isaiah 61 passage. Before and after this half verse flow the promises of God. They are promises for the broken, promises of hope, of victory, of freedom. And in this pause, we get to see not just his promises and declarations, but a glimpse of the heart behind them, a glimpse of the root out of which they come. God loves justice. He hates robbery and wrongdoing. So these promises he makes are not fickle and made in the moment, as my own commitments to justice all too often are. They're not emphatic, driven by guilt or persuasion or concern about what someone else might think. They are the overflow of the very heart and character of God. God loves justice. He hates robbery and wrongdoing. He always has. He does. He always will. And because it is who he is, we can trust and put weight on his promises which flow out of that character. God's promises and his actions, because of who he is, will always flow towards justice. So too then should ours. This weekend, why not take a bit of time to choose one area of injustice to meditate on with God? Meditate on it, pray into it, and act on it with him.